Hi guys, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, I am Gina. For those of you who've been here before, thank you for tuning back in. I appreciate it. I do home decor flipping and fashion flipping and thrift store flipping. And today we're going to take a Walmart drop cloth. Yes, $9 Walmart drop cloth. And we're going to make it into a very cool shabby chic jacket. So let's get right to it. So here is my inspirational jackets. I was inspired by these jackets. I'm sure you recognize the designer. These are beautiful magnolia pearl jackets that I believe start at $600 and go up to $750. And I'm going to try and make a jacket inspired by these beautiful coats using a drop cloth. I did pay $9 for it when I bought it. It's been sitting here since January. They are almost $12 now, but still, let's see if I can do it. Here are the supplies you're going to need. The drop cloth I mentioned before, scissors, pins, tape measure, some pretty fabrics that have roses and birds or whatever it is that you love that you would like to embellish the drop cloth jacket with, and a sewing machine. If you'd like to make this as a no-sew project, then you'll need some fabric glue. The first measurement you're going to need is your sleeve length. So if you want this to be a short sleeve jacket, or you want it to be long down to your wrist, or a 3/4 jacket, so spread your wings, get out that tape measure, and measure across from one end of your arm across your chest to the other end, and that is your first measurement that you're going to cut on the drop cloth. Spread your drop cloth out on your cutting table, dining room table, floor, wherever you have enough space to put this 9 feet. So my measurement was 56 inches, so I marked it 56 inches, and then I just cut all the way up the drop cloth to get rid of the extra, so it's much easier to work with. Next, to make it easy, I just grabbed a duster, like a lightweight cardigan I had, and I threw it on the drop cloth to measure the length, because this is the perfect length, this jacket I have, and I just used that, and then I cut my length. Next, you're going to measure 12 inches from the top, the folded edge, and 12 inches from the side, and that is going to be your point where you're going to cut for the sleeve. You're going to mark that off, 12 inches down the length, 12 inches for the width, and then you're going to mark that, and you're going to cut that extra piece out. I'm going to show you how you do this on a piece of paper so it's easier to understand. Okay, let's pretend this is our drop cloth. We already cut the length, so we're good. We're going to fold it in half, and the top part is where the fold is going to be. And now I'm going to find the center. I'm folding it in half again. Now I'm doing this with a magic marker. You're using drop cloth. You're going to use a pin. Mark the center. And this is where you're going to cut out your neckline. And here I'm just writing down so you know that's the fold. And this is the neckline. I'm trying to make it easier for you. Okay, so now we're going to measure 12 inches down from the top, okay? And we're going to measure 12 inches from the side. And that is our point. We're going to draw a line here across where the 12 inches is from the width. And then we're going to draw a line down. And we are going to cut this out. So this is what you should be looking at. And now you're going to fold it in half, and you're going to cut out the same thing on the other side so it's symmetrical. And now it should look like a top. So remember that pin you put in before the center? So now you're going to go to the center and you're going to cut out the neckline. Now you're going to cut from the center of the neckline down to the bottom and open up the front of that jacket. Now I'm drawing stitch lines where you're either going to sew this with your machine or by hand or use your fabric glue. So what you're doing here is you're making the sleeve, you're closing up the sleeve, you're closing up the sides of the jacket. And remember, this is going to be a very boho, magnolia style jacket. Nothing needs to be perfect here. I am taking mine over to my machine now. I'm going to do a zigzag stitch along here on both sides. And I am doing my stitches on the outside because I want this to fray in the washing machine. The whole idea is to be a boho look, and that's what I'm looking for. So I have it sewn together now. This is what it looks like. If you don't want that frayed seam on the outside, just turn it inside out, because then you'll have clean, nice lines inside. This is the way I like it, because there is no right side to drop cloth, so it doesn't matter. Turn it inside out and you'll have clean lines. See the clean lines? But I want the exposed seams and I want it to fray. Now I'm just trying it on to see how it fits. It's great. It's supposed to be oversized. I love it. The length is perfect. The arm sleeves are perfect. I'm just putting a little zigzag along the sleeves. I'm not going to hem the sleeves. Like I said, I want it to fray. I'm going to hem around the neckline all the way down the front. I'm going to put a hem on the bottom. I'm going to take the little points in that you see here at the neckline. I'm going to just straighten that out after I hem it. And I can't wait to embellish this. That's the best part. That's my favorite part. I can't wait to embellish it. I'll put a little hem down here. I'm going to have the sleeves cuffed with probably a different print inside when you roll it up. I can't wait to finish this. So I took it to my sewing table, aka my dining room, and I put a little hem around the neckline, a hem going down the front. You see how like the little triangle there in the front? I'm going to cut that off after I sew it. Hem it, a little tiny hem, a zigzag all the way down. Like I said, nothing has to be perfect. It's going to be boho, shabby chic. It's going to be a lot of fun to wear. Now that I sewed that hem, I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut off that little triangle loop there that was at the neckline so it lays nicer. Now I'm ready for my favorite part, and these are the tops that I have thrifted that I'm going to use parts of them to embellish my jacket. Let's get started. The first thing I decided to do was I was cutting these pockets off of this pink cotton shirt, and I was definitely going to add this to my jacket because I thought this would be such a cute add-on. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to put them up high on the chest area or I wanted to have them low down and where you like slip your hands in area. So I was playing around with that for a little bit. Now I'm just making sure they're even on both sides. For this part of the embellishing, you're going to need some kind of letter stamps. I use the IOD stamps. I love them. And some permanent ink. I took a piece of fabric from that pink shirt where I got the pockets from. It's a very light tie-dye, which I absolutely love. But the shirt never fit me right. So I figured someday I'm going to upcycle it. And today's the day. Anyway, so you take a stamp mount. I took a stamp mount and I put the words love on it backwards, and I inked it up with the black permanent ink, and I pressed it onto the tie-dye pink piece of fabric, and then I cut it out into a heart, and I'm going to use heat bond to adhere it to my jacket. I cut a piece of lace off of one of those shirts that I showed you before, and then I put my love heart on top of it, and I'm just going to do some sewing on the lace, and then I'm going to heat bond the love heart. And I had some leftover quilting from a pillow that I thrifted, a pillowcase actually, and I'm going to put them on the cuffs of the sleeve. I actually ended up putting it on the inside of the cuff, so when you roll them up. Now here's how you use heat bond. I am using the Heat and Bond Ultra Hold, and what you do is you take your fabric that you would like to make into an applique and iron it. I like to press it, make it nice and neat with no wrinkles. Then you take a piece of the Heat and Bond and you cut it out, and you're going to place the rough side of the heat bond to the wrong side of your fabric. Take your iron on a very high heat setting and press it down. Do a little bit of wiggling there to make sure that you get it all. You could do it in a circular motion, but make sure you do a lot of pressing. Wait until it has completely cooled and then cut out your shape. Then you peel off the backing, and the adhesive is stuck to the back of your print, your applique, and then you're going to iron that onto your garment. And these are all the flowers that I made from my jacket. Now I'm just placing them in the position that I think will look good, and then I'm just removing the backing so that I can, once I get them laid down the way I think looks nice, or the way, the way it looks good to me anyway, I can just press them right onto the jacket. And when I pressed them, I took a piece of cardboard and I stuck it underneath. So here I am just pulling off all the backings, and then figuring out how I want to lay them out. So I think this is the way I like it. I had it laid out like this. I thought it would look cute like this. But you will see later on that I did change it up a little bit. The bottom you just saw, I had some quilting pieces on there. I left that and I sewed it on. The top quilting pieces on the sleeves and the Gina Louise I did not add to it. Although I may add the Gina Louise to the back at some point. I took some of the leftover drop cloth and I made some little ruffly trim here, and you will see later on that I added that trim all around, and I love the way it came out. So here I am, I'm just cutting some long strips from the drop cloth, and then I fold it in half and take it over to my machine and I just ruffle it up. Here's the final placement of everything minus the transfer rows up there. I didn't do that, but I'm going to do a test with that and see how well that works out on drop cloth. And like I said before, I did not put the Gina Louise and I did not put the quilting on the shoulders, but I did put the quilting on the cuff of the sleeve and the bottom, and I sewed the ruffles on. I sewed the ruffles above the quilting. So here is the sleeve where I'm going to iron on the rows. I put the cardboard in between so it wouldn't stick to the back of the drop cloth as well, and then I cuffed up the sleeve and I pinned on the quilting that I later on zigzag the top and bottom of that strip. And here are the final results. I love, love, love the way this jacket came out. It's so cozy and it looks so cool on. And at the end of this video, I model it for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And enjoy.
Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets but if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show.
Thanks for watching.